thought about clapping just because the after show.
Resyncing it.
Yeah.
Eh,
It's already synced.
it's there.
Is that even still alive?
I don't know.
It's going to be quality content right there. Is the screen on? All right.
Cool.
Cool.
That
Way to
works.
go, GoPro.
Yeah.
Way to go.
There you go.
Well, welcome to the after show. Exclusive on the YouTube, the old YouTube page there.
The old YouTubes.
Old YouTubes. It's got an E on the end of old.
Oldie YouTubies.
Oldie YouTubes. Thy tubes.
Well, this is the first after show that
It's
is
gonna be
its
separate.
separate entity.
Ooh.
So, yeah. I mean,
Here we go.
might get a few more views then.
Might make might push some people away. Who knows?
Who knows? Who knows what's happening? But we have live with us
You got to hold it up.
Wade.
It's too far away.
You can't reach that far?
There.
We'll let
Because it's
Wade do it.
Wade's word. You got to get
Wade's
really
word.
close. Get really close.
Wade's word.
Wade's
Wade's
word.
word. Wade's word.
Yeah.
It is Wade's word.
That's right.
This
Wade, what is your word, man?
the
So I don't know. I could have lots of words. We all know that I'm wordy.
It's a little bit.
A little bit.
Sometimes. Not nearly as wordy as hour and a half review of Paris over here.
2 parks, man. First time going.
Hey, I talked about 2 parks when we talked.
So I saw a trash
theme
can as
water
I
theme
walked
parks.
in. I saw a trash can to the right, and then I walked like 20 yards, and there was a trash can to the left.
And there was trash in between them on the ground.
My elbow.
So I had a quick thing, and then I had a thing I think that's more to talk about. So when you did the July 4th episode.
Yeah.
Did you know that you can go actually every day on Main Street and watch them retire, bring down the flag? They actually
do
pick a
the
veteran
flag
for the day.
ceremony. That is,
flag
I forgot
ceremony,
about that actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
The
And so
flag
that was one
ceremony.
thing when that came up that I was like, oh, that's a cool one too, just because also, they find a veteran of the day and have them participate in it. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The bigger thing that I thought about after watching and thinking about the parks at D23 today, though, was with the immersion that's coming to the park, it makes in Star Wars Land, it makes sense how they're going to track it, aka magic bands.
Credits.
Yeah. No, but like right.
But that's how they're going to track it. Yeah, that's how I'm
At
assuming.
World, at least.
Yeah. So,
Land, it's probably going to be just 3 or park tickets.
But how are they going to?
but the park tickets aren't
RFID.
RFID.
No, they're
and,
not.
And so that was something when we were watching it today, because I found that probably a legal Periscope that Zoe was showing. Is that's something that hit me all of a sudden? Is how are they going to track that? Because they've said they're not bringing magic bands to any other
Disneyland.
park.
Nope.
It's just going to stay at Disney World. But how are they going to track it? And it's interesting because if you go and watch some of the videos online of people talking about the new FastPass system, they're saying that they seem to have a touchpad sensitive type thing to them, much like you might use with a magic band or something similar.
Yeah,
So-
it looks like the little circle Mickey head area, touchable area,
Yeah.
is incorporated in there, as well as just an additional little scanner up top. So
So how are they going to track us in Disneyland? How am I going to know my
Phones?
galactic credits?
they're probably going to
Location-based-
phones, really.
location-based app
Maybe.
stuff. I mean, they can do that. Geo track your phone.
Yeah. Or
Yeah.
they're going to start giving out RFID tickets, but not do magic bands
Maybe our
What if you have to buy an RFID Star Wars
thing.
thing?
or
Lightsaber,
if you want
whatever.
to
yeah.
participate in that system, right? 'Cause
That
that's-
could be it. It
'cause
could be.
Or they hand you an RFID artifact.
Yeah, I
as
mean, it
you
could
walk
literally
in.
be a little puck. I mean,
Yeah.
like a little thing on a keychain or whatever. and-
Or it could be you scan your ticket, I guess, even. But that's just one thing that came
Yeah.
up to me is how they're going to track that.
yeah, that's
Um,
true.
Which it would make sense if they just scan your ticket, because then you wouldn't get people who don't want to participate in it participating in it, like
Yeah.
being grandfathered in because they bought a ticket to Disneyland.
That is a good point, though. I didn't think about that. That how are they going to track that without magic bands? But it would be easy enough to give everybody something, or make every piece of merchandise available and start is linked into your account, or the phones too. I mean, 90% of the people who have a phone have a smartphone.
Yeah. I don't know.
I don't
It'll
know.
be interesting to see how they do that over at Disneyland because it
Or facial. Are we talking like the Amazon? Remember when? Well, I mean, seriously, remember when Amazon announced that store where you like scan in,
Yeah.
takes a picture of your face. They're already going to take a picture of your face and link it to your
Yeah.
account
Yeah.
on arrival.
Yeah.
And it just kind of recognizes your face, and there's just going to be bajillion cameras around there, and computer vision's just going to know, hey, there's Court, there's Court, there's
That
Court.
is-
Court's
Send in-
doing this. That's
Send
the
in
Court.
Boba Fett to
Round them up, round
Get
them
'em.
up.
I don't know.
Yeah.
That'd be an interesting way to do it. I don't know how it's going to happen, but I am very interested to find out now.
Yeah. Because the Magic Bands are such an easy solution because they
Yeah.
are RFID. That you're able to just
It
track
already
them.
has everything built into it.
Yeah.
You go on some of those, right? I mean, you go on like Small World, and it's like,
It's like,
thanks for coming.
thanks for coming.
RJ.
Yeah.
See you
thanks for
later,
coming.
RJ.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Later, Wade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's a good point. I didn't really think about that, but that is a valid issue. But a lot of possible solutions. So it'll be interesting to see what they choose to go with.
Yeah.
And interesting that we potentially could have two completely different systems
Yeah.
In the
On-
same
in the same
land.
land, but on opposite coasts. God, jeez. I moved this table down so closer to the shelves tonight. And I keep whapping my elbow.
Whapping your
But I
elbow.
don't-
I don't know what else. I don't know. Is there anything you guys thinking about? I mean, I also, I got a million things running through my mind after
Like what?
D23 too.
Yeah.
Like what?
We've got
what was maybe because I mean we all follow this stuff, all the rumors. What was maybe the biggest rumor that wasn't fulfilled at D23 that you thought may have been coming?
I thought more Epcot, just in general.
well,
I mean, there's a lot in Epcot, but I thought like
he did say this is just the start for
Yeah.
Epcot. We have a lot more coming, but this is just a taste of it.
okay.
Um,
I in my mind I had pictured like
a new pavilion.
Yeah,
like
or-
Brazil.
Brazil was one, and then two, the something going into the Life Pavilion. What is it?
Wonders of Life.
Wonders of Life Pavilion.
Where the Figment was maybe going away.
Yeah.
Too, that
Yeah.
had been rumored, right?
Yeah. I thought I was surprised that they it makes sense kind of. I don't agree with it fully that they put Tron in Magic Kingdom and not in Epcot. Because you have the empty pavilion right there.
Would you rather
basically just
have-
need to reskin it.
Would you rather have Guardians flip-flopped with Tron then? I guess is the question.
That makes more sense to me.
Put Guardians, which is
It
I
makes
could-
more
I
sense
could
to me
see-
in Tomorrowland to have Guardians
and push
of
the
the Galaxy
technology side of.
over there. Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then, because Tron, I don't, because while they were announcing all the changes to Epcot, they kept reiterating, we want to maintain the original goal of Epcot.
Yeah.
We want to maintain the original ideology of Epcot.
Yeah.
So I want to know is how they're going to incorporate energy into Guardians of the Galaxy as a
The
main
Infinity
focus.
Stones.
As a
forgot-
main focus, though.
Well, this is another one where I don't think again they were super clear that it was taking over Ellen in the announcement either. Even
But it's pretty much
concept
yeah.
art
it's pretty
right there.
But no, but that's what I'm saying, right? So
Yeah.
and I'd have to obviously go back and watch it, which I can't. But to figure out exactly how he worded how they felt Guardians really fit into this, idea.
Peter Quill visited Epcot back in 1982.
I mean, that was I personally thought that was pretty funny.
I thought it was funny, but at the same time, I was
It wasn't
annoyed
enough
with
to
it. Of
sell
like,
you.
no, that's not a reason to put Guardians of the
silly.
Galaxy in Epcot. It doesn't make sense.
I would almost prefer in that case they just say we just want to put it somewhere, and this is a place that has land.
Yeah.
Like this is a good place.
this is
to
a
put it.
place that we need to update
Yeah.
badly.
So here
this
you
is
go.
Where we're going.
Yeah. Okay, understood.
I was surprised that they put Tron over at Magic Kingdom. I'm glad because then it does maintain a little bit more of the original ideology of Epcot.
True.
Which I'm all for. But at the same time, it makes me think if Guardians of the Galaxy, if they flipped them, because Guardians of the Galaxy has to go somewhere.
Yeah.
They're not going to develop an attraction like that. They're not going to go through all that contractual.
Mambo jumbo.
Yeah, it's good. I was looking for a word. That
That's a better word to
contractual,
use.
that contractual garbage. Baloney.
We're family friendly.
Baloney.
Yeah. I don't know. It's the after show. We get a little edgy here.
Yeah, we can get
This
real
is-
edgy.
This is only on YouTube.
That is not. Yeah, I don't have to click the little explicit box on iTunes anymore.
Yeah.
So
Because they're not going to go through all that and not put an attraction in. So if they were to put it in over at Magic Kingdom and put Tron, because you can relate Tron to energy way easier than.
or just make it a computer ride. I mean,
Yeah.
just call it
Yeah.
computer pavilion or whatever.
But it also makes me think, since we basically have Tron track as test track over there,
Yeah.
was
that
that
they
a
didn't want to
deciding
put Tron
factor
and
of-
Tron. Yeah,
yeah,
that's
right
true.
next to each other.
Even though it's not really officially Tron, it
It's very
kind of unofficially is. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that as yeah.
But it just kills me that the Wonders of Life is still sitting empty after all these years. And
My only thought with that is like because we talked about food and wine,
It's
they
just a
they
festival.
love having an extra pavilion to use because that other one, the Odyssey Center,
yeah,
Yeah.
is not big enough to do much of anything, and so having an actual pavilion available, worth it to them probably.
but it's just so sad whenever you see pictures from there because it's all temporary walls along the outside.
I know, and it just
and you're
looks-
like, this is it.
what is of
looks
scene is
garbage.
outdated and just gross.
and
I
you're
know
like-
it's not really.
Come on.
Like, yeah, it'd almost be better if they just went in, tore everything out, and painted it all white or whatever, and just started new and just said it's
This
a
is a
pavilion,
pavilion for
that's for
festivals.
festivals. Yeah,
Yeah, if you did that, that's fine.
it's
Which-
another thing
cool.
to leave it half.
Better
Wonders,
than-
leave elements of the Wonders of Life in there, and leave the paint job, and be like, yeah, it is what it is.
It's there.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know. I thought we would get something for the Wonders of Life pavilion.
Yeah.
And
Well, that's
So
that's
far,
why I
no.
said my blanket statement of Epcot as a whole. I kind of
Yeah.
expected possibly Figment, Brazil,
Yeah.
Wonders of Life, maybe even another one because there's always been rumors of like another one.
yeah,
Well, and then when they were doing the announcement, the way he started it too, and really sold how Frozen had so seamlessly been integrated.
Yeah.
I was sitting there, I'm like, if he's gonna announce that Coco is overtaking Mexico, I'm about to lose it.
Or Princess Cot was coming.
because-
throw my phone across the room.
Princess Cot was coming to all the different.
I mean,
Mulan was going to take over China, and
Yeah. Snow White taking over Germany.
Belle taking it. Well,
in terms of
They're all
movie,
German.
yeah.
in terms of movie announcements, though,
No,
that
Belle's
did-
French.
that did make
Oh,
me
yeah.
excited that Will Smith is the genie. Speaking of Aladdin,
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty cool.
That is
There was
true.
one other announcement I was trying to look it up on my phone, like that came to me about halfway through the episode that I was like, we didn't mention that one, and I can't find it. And I can't remember it now. But there was one other one in the parks thing that we missed, and I don't think it was a huge one, but I don't know. I was
Do you
just
remember what it
trying to find
related
on my phone.
to?
I don't,
What park it was?
because I don't think it was.
So they didn't announce anything for Animal Kingdom.
Nope, and I couldn't remember if it
And-
was Disneyland or if it was, and I was going through my head because I mean, like I said again, watch the Periscope. There's a lot of stuff how they brought up that Circle Vision was basically Walt's
Yeah, it was
own
his,
creation, and so
Yeah.
that was a big deal for them of going back to it.
and basically reinventing it.
Yeah, I mean, that you have Pixar Fest, that they're really selling that.
We didn't talk about that. That didn't come up really, but
Over at California Adventure.
Yeah.
I'm just curious to see what all of the changes over at Paradise Pier are going to be. Is
Yeah.
California Screaming getting a retheme?
Well, California Screaming is, what are they doing about the fact that this is Pixar and you have these other Pixar franchises in California Adventure that now
Yeah,
are
with-
separate
yeah.
from
Are
it?
we,
Monsters,
are, you,
Inc.?
are we taking Bugs out and Monsters out and kind
Yeah,
of
and
moving,
moving
I would
some
assume.
of them
I would
over?
assume Monsters Inc. is going out for probably I don't want to say the Iron Man experience over in Hong Kong because my friends that went on it were like that was very disappointing. It was not
Really?
good. No.
So I didn't. What's the minivan one? You guys kind of brought it up, but we didn't talk.
Oh,
about
it's driverless cars,
oh
right?
So you can
I'm not
like
sure if
hail
the-
them, or
I wasn't sure about driverless, but are they driverless? That might be true, but they're
I don't think initially they're
so they're done
driverless.
by Honda, and they're basically Honda Odysseys.
Honda Odysseys.
And they broke them out at the beginning of it, showing because they're dressed up. It looks
Yeah,
like
I just saw
Mickey.
the video.
Looks like minis.
Thumbnail, yeah.
But then they dropped it today that basically it's going to be an Uber system.
So you can hail.
And they didn't use that name and whatever.
Yeah,
but,
ride
A
sharing.
ride-share
or whatever,
Yeah.
yeah.
spot. Yeah.
So, yeah.
So is the idea that you can hail one if you want to get someplace to the bus?
Yep.
Either is
and it's like
and
one-to-one
and
transportation.
then just pay.
And they didn't say pay, but I mean,
Obviously, yeah.
I mean, if
Either
they're-
that or buy a maybe it's the minivan pass. $189 for your whole trip or whatever.
Yeah. Which that makes sense because there's not really. I mean, now it's probably better. But
With
back when it
Uber.
was downtown Disney, there wasn't a bus service from every hotel to downtown Disney. You had to take a bus
Or
to
it was
like
really
a park, and then from
yeah.
a park
Yeah.
to
That's how
another
we,
resort or to downtown.
We ended up-
Disney.
a lot of them share with Typhoon Lagoon.
On one of
Yeah.
our first one, when we stayed at Pop Century, we shared with the water parks, our downtown. And I think we were so exhausted one night. We were like, we're gonna we just saw a cab. And we're like, we'll just pay for a cab. Like we don't care.
Yeah.
And totally did. And it wasn't that bad because you're not that far away.
Yeah.
But I got to take boats this time to and from.
On a boat
I think I can take a boat to Magic Kingdom too. I think
from
Port Orleans.
No,
No, just
because
to
isn't
just to down. Well, Disney
just at
Springs.
Disney's. Can't you also do that to? 'Cause is that part of the boardwalk area?
no.
There's
It's
so
way
many
it's way
hotels.
close to Disney Springs.
Yeah, it's like way close.
It's like
Oh, okay.
touching Disney Springs.
Speaking
Oh,
of,
it's over there.
do you
Okay,
know?
yeah.
Do you know where you guys are at in that resort?
We're in the French Quarter
Okay.
because there's the
Yeah,
it's, what is it? It's
French Quarter and then Riverside.
yeah, we're in
Yeah,
French Quarter.
You're in French Quarter. Okay.
I think,
Because
yeah.
Riverside is so huge. We stayed in Riverside at one point, and it was. It's a lot like Caribbean, where it's like it's spread out so far
Yeah,
that you can be walking forever to get
For
to a bus.
miles.
Well, and there's like 7 different bus stations, but half the time it was there's like 7 different bus stops on the resort because of the way it's spread out.
Yeah.
But it was like to find them sometimes was even difficult, like where they were at on some of the pathways.
Man, that's where I like the All Stars a little bit because it's
Yeah.
they're kind of
straightforward.
compact and they're that's what Pop is too. It's like go to
Yeah.
the lobby and walk out, and then there's
And
your bus.
there's
There's
your
your
bus
4
stop.
bus stops. Yeah, or 5 bus.
What
stops.
park do you want to go to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Do you want to go to the water park in Disney Springs and get on this one? If you want to go to
Yeah.
all the other parks, each one has their own.
Each one.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
Do you guys watch Pete Warner's videos, the best and worst? He's the guy who also runs like Diz boards and stuff.
A little bit. Yeah.
Yeah, that was one thing. I was watching a couple of his today about resorts and how
he
he
hates All Star Sports. It's so
I mean,
funny.
he talks about the acronym, right?
Yeah. It.
Which you've brought up, yeah.
Yeah. It's.
Which we were gonna stay there because when we had the trip planned for October, that was where we were gonna stay. And now, I mean, the rooms are basically all the same, no matter where you stay. They're maybe a little bit bigger, a little bit whatever,
Yeah.
but they're not. They're a hotel room.
Yeah. I mean, even staying at like the Grand Californian.
Even some of the deluxe ones, I'm like, it's still just a hotel.
hotel.
Room. Yeah, unless you
Yeah.
get one of the villas, which are like not
ridiculous.
even imaginable at this point.
Yeah. But I mean, like,
It's
even,
like,
It's like, at that
But-
point, why don't you have your own DVC?
but it's
Yeah,
but at
yeah.
this point, it's like the cafeteria is that much nicer. The like that, we have a second transportation option, even if it's
Yeah.
just to Disney Springs. You have a second option,
which you can jump from Disney Springs to any park
Yeah,
on a bus, yeah.
on a bus, and
But
generally
you also have your own
those are
bus
less
system
than-
at
yeah.
Yeah, but generally in the mornings, little
Yeah,
hack,
true,
those are
yeah.
way less of a wait than your resort one.
Yeah, there's like the better cafeteria. We actually have like a lounge and bar.
Yeah.
Like, it's a
Yeah.
little more of a resort. The pool's way bigger and not just like a football field or, like.
A guitar.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't
The
know.
hippy
Does,
dippy pool.
does All Star Sports have a pool?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's
Does
a
it?
football field.
Is it?
Yeah.
No.
Well, it has the one also that's the hockey, right? Or is
Maybe
that
it's
the one?
hockey.
Or is
I
that
don't
the
know.
one that's at? Is that the one that's themed as like Mighty Ducks over at movies? That might
Maybe
actually
it's
be that
movies.
one.
Oh.
Yeah.
All I remember is it's pretty much a square.
Yeah.
Because Pop Centuries has the same thing because like the 50s one is like a jukebox, so it's just
Yeah.
a square. But then they have the hippy dippy, which is like 3 big circles that are painted kind of like flowers. And I just like saying hippy dippy pool.
The hippy dippy pool.
Let's go to the hippy dippy pool.
Babe, you want to go to the hippy dippy pool?
Hey babe, you want to go to the hippy dippy pool? The what?
I
Hippy dippy pool.
would never say it pop again after the one time we did. It was
We didn't mind pop, but
You didn't like it?
maybe after we go to French Quarter, we'll be like, we're never staying to Value again.
it was
Probably.
it was so bad, and I try to remember that it was when we were there for the opening of Art of Animation, and so we'd just been in Art of Animation, which is
Yeah.
by far
Yeah.
better. I mean,
Oh yeah.
especially when you're staying in the family suites, as they say, like it's more like a deluxe almost. Other than the fact that there isn't a sit-down restaurant there,
Yeah. But their cafeteria, we
and
hiked over a couple times.
yeah, and their cafeteria is way better. But no, I don't know. Have I never told the story on the podcast?
Oh, yeah.
That I mean, I don't know why I come up, but so we get to Pop, and the first thing that came to mind is this is like people of Walmart at Disney. Like that was our.
That is, I will also agree with that statement that
so
that the people that stay at Pop Century are generally on a budget.
Well, that's every
Yeah,
value resort
I know,
except
but-
for like
but-
Art of Animation.
but our first reaction was so that's like our first reaction. We're sitting there, and I think they were doing a lot of updating. But like when we were in there, they have 4 drink stations, I think, and half the time only one of them was open. The entire thing was closed off. They needed some refurbishments, and I know that I should give them,
Which
benefit
they
of
are
the
under
doubt.
major refurbishment.
But
Sure.
But so we've already made this joke, and so then when we're waiting in line to go to a park, and I'm like, seriously, these people are gonna say something like about wanting to go to Walmart, and I kid you not, the people directly in front of us, not 3 minutes later, are like, so we need to find where the nearest Walmart is to go get some beer for later. And we were.
I have
just
never
like-
seen more scooter rentals either.
Oh my
waiting to be
goodness.
picked up or dropped off outside of that
Then
one.
at Pop.
Which because my mom blew out her knee the week before we left.
So
So
you were some of those.
we had to be
Aren't you guys renting a scooter this time too?
probably for my dad.
Yeah. He was saying that.
It is. I can see why people abuse the system because now Disney has cracked down a lot and either added a rear entrance queue, which they time to the point where you're basically waiting in the queue,
Yeah.
or they've added like you go through the queue is now big enough you can just go through and just drop your scooter off at the and it'll be waiting for you at the exit.
Yeah.
Especially over at Disneyland. Because that's where it was a really big
Yeah.
issue of people were like literally renting out
Yeah.
their wheelchairs or them in a wheelchair.
To join your party.
To join your
Yeah,
party.
it was like
and
big
then-
services.
Yeah. So now at Disneyland, every single queue except like Big Thunder Mountain, if you're going through the full queue,
Yeah.
you have to go through the exit. But they time it out that way.
Yep.
So
Yeah, you're not gaining. But
You're not
the
gaining
one
anything.
benefit is that I will take, especially with kids in tow, is the buses, because you do get priority boarding because they'll put the 2 or 3 people on wheelchairs
Yeah.
in with their parties in tow
yeah.
on the bus, and then load everybody else. So you're guaranteed to like get on the bus, know you're getting on a bus right away,
Sitting with your kids.
sitting with your kids, or like
Having a seat.
and like with a double stroller, I'm like,
Yeah.
I know I
Yeah.
can get on the bus and not be banging people's knees or heads or
Yeah.
whatever
Yeah.
else trying to get on here.
And that's the other part that I feel like when other people get frustrated, I'm not frustrated because I don't want to get my legs banged. I don't want to have people running into me. I got no problem with a little kid getting a seat over me. I mean, I'm fine with standing. I don't care.
I'm an able-bodied
Yeah.
person.
No, when Disneyland first started cracking down on that, we went like the week that they really started cracking down, and there were all the protests like outside of the park, like across the street on Catella, of people just like holding signs about how Disney is, being
Anti.
Disney's being Anti-handicap.
Anti-handicap. Disney's not. Yeah.
You guys kind of used it and abused it, so sorry.
Kind of
and
brought it.
they were just making it so that you couldn't
Literally made
abuse
it accessible they made everything accessible as if you weren't.
Yeah.
Which is kind of the whole point, not hey, you should get special access, but yeah.
No. Anything else you wanted to talk about?
I think I'm good.
No questions about Disneyland Paris. It was thorough enough.
Please don't.
It's pretty thorough.
Just no.
And as I told you off, that we had a family friend who wanted to tell me
Also
about it
went.
too, and
Didn't quite have the
wasn't
same.
quite as impressed.
no, but she's never impressed with anything. So
I also
I-
do think
yeah.
it's different since I am such a big fan of theme parks, that
you're probably willing
I
to
can
overlook
notice,
some things. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll overlook like rude guest behavior because I know that's not the park's fault. Like,
Oh, I did think that actually, that was one thing when you were talking about how they, they'll let their kids like go over the ropes and climb on stuff.
do all that stuff.
I mean, here in America, I don't think people are like they push their kids to do it, but I also think they turn a blind eye too.
Yeah,
Or they just hand their kids a device and
stop it. Look at the screen.
yeah.
Consume.
Yeah.
Stop doing things.
I don't want to deal with you right now. Yeah, I mean, but like, I think here in the U.S., cast members would at least say like, "Hey,
Yeah.
don't do that. Like, stay out of there."
Nope.
No.
Yeah, I feel like
a
I've been
cast
told
member
not to lean
literally
on
walk
something,
by.
and I'm
Oh,
like
yeah.
literally leaning on. I'm like, oh, sorry.
Don't lean on the handrails.
Yeah.
Don't sit on the leaning posts. The
When
posts are
what
for
was-
leaning.
the one time I was leaning, I was kind of sitting on the edge of the Muppet fountain when it was still a fountain,
Yeah.
and somebody came over and they're like, "Excuse me," and she was a photo pass photographer, and she was like, "Excuse me, sir, can you and your L glass move over there, please?" Because at the time I had a Canon, and L glass is like their high-end lenses, and I had one by chance. And she was like, "Sir, can you move your L glass over there?" And I think she was trying to be funny, but I was like, "Oh, sorry,
My bad.
my bad."
Yeah, but over there, like, kids were climbing all over the rockwork over by Pirates of the Caribbean, and like there were cast members standing in front of the Pirates of the Caribbean like line entrance because it was closed because it's under that it was under that refurbishment. And
How come we didn't talk
they
about
saw
that in the
them.
news?
It's happening everywhere.
Oh, okay.
I don't
You guys
know.
talked about it a little bit last week.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
said
it
it
did.
was probably going to happen, and then it did.
It did. I'm killing it with the predictions. Granted, I had some advanced knowledge about Epcot.
Yeah.
Somebody told me something that they shouldn't have told me. That's what it really came down to.
But now it's all coming out. So
Starting to. I still think we're going to see a lot more from World Showcase.
Just stop right now.
There's
Wait
a
till we turn
lot
off the
more.
camera.
There's a lot more to be said. But no, like cast members they saw them do it and
Yeah.
nothing. The only time that like I saw somebody actually like kind of scold somebody or like they didn't even do anything, they just shook their head,
Yeah.
and that was when like an older person
oui.
like
Unbelievable. These kids are so rude.
there were a lot more
I don't know why,
smoking
but
stops in,
Oh, yeah.
in that park.
No,
than
I remember being in Europe and
gosh.
being like, "This is a lot more smoking."
Oh yeah, walking around
or
Paris,
smoking.
walking around Paris, everybody and their mother had a cigarette.
So our family friends
What is your problem?
said that there seem to be just as many obese people in France as there are here.
No,
also.
not
Okay,
at
yeah.
all.
See, see that the only thing I could assume was that she was speaking directly about being in the park, and I'm like,
No.
how do you know half those people? One, aren't not French, but
Yeah.
something else, and two, that maybe it's a certain demographic that goes to the park, not the average French citizen.
Did you hear about the lady who got her face burned at by creme brulee at Disneyland Paris?
No,
Apparently it happened like 2 years ago,
really?
and they just settled a big lawsuit with her.
Okay.
Because creme brulee is like flaming or whatever,
Yeah.
so yeah.
So she just stuck her face in
guess,
it rather
yeah.
than like blowing it.
this looks so good! I'm on fire!
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I didn't. I mean,
I don't know why that made me think of it, but it did.
I feel
Obese people and
Obese people
In
eating
Paris.
dessert in Paris.
I
burning
feel like
their
each
face.
park has a different demographic to it.
Yeah.
Disneyland, I feel like doesn't have as many obese people as like Disney World.
I think that's
From
partially
what I've
California
experienced.
versus Florida,
Yeah.
right?
I saw maybe 2 electric scooters when I was at Disneyland Paris. There were
Yeah.
few and very far in between. Didn't really. No, there were
No,
not.
no.
Just no. It honestly, walking around Paris, the city itself, and Disneyland Paris, I was like, this is. It reminds me a lot of Boulder, just the people around there. Which, for those of you who don't know, Boulder is widely accepted as the healthiest, most active city in the U.S. So,
Yeah. No.
just no. She was complaining. I would take whatever she said about the park then with a grain of salt. I think we're wrapping up now.
Yeah.
All right.
'Cause
It's like a 30-minute after show.
it's Wade Live. Although, I do have something to give to Wade.
Oh.
Since it is our 1-year anniversary, and you have been listening since episode 1.
Is it a spread shirt?
Spread shirt? A spread shirt?
You wish. You wish we had the budget.
Yeah. I can't afford that.
I'm gonna buy one and give it away once you guys get to 100 subscribers. So that's out there from me.
Oh.
100 subscribers on YouTube, and you have to follow on Twitter. Maybe you have to follow me on Twitter too, at Coach Kingsbury. I will buy a spread shirt to send to you.
Nice.
Awesome. So
You
there
heard
you
it
go.
here,
That's
folks.
out there by Wade. But I know you like
Oh, I collect them.
map collecting.
I collect those
So
maps.
this is a Disneyland from their 25th anniversary, Disneyland Paris. It's got both parks in it. I thought it was interesting that these were the only maps that they had.
With both parks?
Yeah, with
Yeah,
both
that is
parks in
weird.
them.
It's not.
It was
yeah.
weird. And it doesn't include Disney Village on there at all, which was
From
interesting.
the sound of it, sounds like
Disney Village
is
doesn't
not
really
worth it.
include Disney Village itself. Like, the most updated thing there was
Is
Earl
it
of
people of
Sandwich.
Walmart?
Did you not do RC
Very
Racer?
much so. It had like a 180-minute wait the whole day.
Nope, you did
but
not do it.
it was a non-spinning half pipe.
Yeah.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
Not worth 180 minutes.
Well, definitely not
So-
worth 100 minutes. Yeah.
But Toy Story Land was very small. It was.
I mean, like you said,
Tiny.
the whole thing was a parking lot that you could walk
That
across.
park
It's gonna
was-
phase you two out.
that part was not.
And there it goes.
Well,
Yeah.
thanks for coming on, Wade.
Thanks for having me back.
We
Yeah.
appreciate you. Hope you enjoy that map. And are we going to do a giveaway on our Instagram for our year?
We should.
All right. If you
Check us out on
want,
Instagram.
you want some maps, follow us on Instagram.
Maps and maybe some other cool stuff.
Maybe something
Whatever
else.
else we've collected.
Yeah, something else. Who knows? Thanks again. Thanks for tuning in.